Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and I have an idea I want to share with all of you, with the whole world. So, just bear with me. Hold on. Goddamn bugs, man. Okay. This goddamn water roach in my room. Or whatever. I will. Well, I pretty much sprayed it, so it's pretty much neutralized. It won't be healthy. It will eventually die. It's impossible to get the poison off its body. Anyways, very quickly, I wanted to search for glue traps because these little bugs are all in my room, and heavy duty for mice and snakes. Perfect. Single pack, and this was a two count for 10 3-pack, which equals to about the same. Two counts, 4 8s, us a better deal for a 3-pack. Okay, perfect. I added it to my cart. So now I was just planning on recording, and then I noticed a water roach landing on my bed and going towards my pillow. But anyways, because I keep my door open recently. But anyways, I came up with an idea, guys, for the car industry. I think 2 ideas. And it's pretty much like I think the person that came up with the idea is Elon Musk, but I'm not sure. Like the solar panels on Teslas. So that's why, I believe that he came up with this idea on like on a vehicle, because when it gets hot, it gets really, really hot. So hot that it vaporizes water. So I was thinking, well, if you guys want to add solar panels on a vehicle, all electric vehicle, like, why not add some type of steam engine, a small one, small steam engine, but like on the very top of the vehicle. So like it would have to be redesigned. Water instant instantly vaporizing on a vehicle. Window. Vaporizing. That looks more like condensation to me than vaporizing. Let's see. Okay, so like this type of thing. It says in extreme heat waves leaves cars looking pregnant. And then there's another one that's a solar cooking grill. Yeah, this thing. I guess this thing will also be as equally important. But obviously the car industry only adopted the solar panels for now. But why not experiment with the rest of them? The ways to generate electricity. So these here are very effective. It gets really hot. It can cook food like nothing, and pretty much it's a bunch of mirrors, and that light from the sun focuses on one center point, which causes the food to boil, or like I don't know, it just causes extreme heat to a boiling point, which could produce electricity. I mean, if someone could design it in such a way that wouldn't cause a fire and that wouldn't look so weird, and obviously it would have to be what's the word, wind dynamically friendly, so it would have to be like pretty much like a ball a ball with a circular indentation. So something like this. Something like this, but only one indentation. That way, as the vehicle is traveling at 100 miles per hour, the wind dynamics could just go around the ball. So in here, if we zoom in, imagine this being this round thing, because this, you know, if it was just like that on a vehicle, the wind dynamics would just blow it eventually and break it, and that wouldn't be fun. It would be a horrible investments and design. So it would have to be like this with, you know, at least the outer, you know, protection. And then with technology, it could like move around towards the sun Um, but what I was thinking was something like this, the steam engine, but taking over the the whole surface on the top here. But then also creating an insulating layer so that heat is not transferred into the vehicle. Now that's even a great idea for vehicles overall, creating some type of like a thermo type of layer on the outside of the body of the vehicle, so that the vehicle could stay at a certain temperature. But that's a whole different story. Okay, now, but either way, your guys' vehicles get super hot, and then I think the inside of the vehicle gets even hotter. How hot is a vehicle at 3-digit weather? 140 or higher. It says in triple digit weather, 100 Fahrenheit plus, the air inside a parked vehicle can reach 130 Fahrenheit to 140 Fahrenheit or higher within an hour. Dark surfaces like dashboards or seat belts absorb sunlight and can reach blistering temperatures of 180 degrees Fahrenheit to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, turning your vehicle into a dangerous oven. Now, that's another thing that I was kind of thinking about like a while back, that this information right here caused me to recall. It says that it stated that the air inside a parked vehicle can reach a certain amount of degrees. Now, if you guys think about a vehicle, it's like a bubble. It's an atmosphere that the heat can't escape. So I think it turns hotter, and I think the same is true for water distilling. Not machines, but just water distilling. And I'm referring to the with sunlight. Okay, something like this. Okay, so the sun's hitting it. It's a not confined space, but it's a almost sealed type of environment. And what I'm kind of picturing is like this. Something that you people probably learned in elementary school to distill water. So you got the dirty water in here, a glass container with some type of plastic covering or film. The water gets heated up, it vaporizes, condensates, and the cold water goes down here. So it gets really, really hot. Okay. So that's why it, like water trapped within a insulated environment, could become hotter than the actual temperature outside. So when you people think in terms of creating something hotter, or to distill water, or whatever the case may be, you people have to think of ideas like this. Okay, so imagine this, but the water distilling with sunlight, but then adding like 10, depending on the scale of the model. Okay, but if it's an elementary school project, imagine like 10 little bubbles with a little bit of water inside. Okay, that are made out of glass and sealed. That bubble is going to become hotter than the environment around it. So therefore, it's actually going to allow your water, your dirty water, to actually boil and become more hotter, which will then result in a higher yield of distilled water, water distilling. Okay? But, obviously it would have to just be tested, but it's a fact. I mean, as we read here, a parked vehicle can reach higher temperatures than outside weather. So anyway, let me see here. Water drying up on a window instantly. Oh my god. Drying up. Yeah, so like what I just explained right now was like microscopically. So if you guys can get it to a microscopic level, especially with computers and stuff like that, I mean, you people won't even have to use electricity, potentially. You guys could, potentially just mass produce those little air bubbles with a little bit of, like, maybe just one little droplet of water or less, and that right there will become so hot um, when exposed to the sunlight. And the same is true like for like a water bottle. You know, I noticed that like when I go outside, I've noticed like throughout my years of living this life, whenever I randomly see a water bottle that has a bunch of condensation within it, and that heat can't escape, is just trapped in there. So it could equally distribute that energy if it's immersed in water. But if, you know, it all depends. If there's more water surface, then, you know, water bubbles. But if there's more, or like half and half of like, trust me, it would definitely what's it called, make a difference in water distilling. So that's another key factor to take into consideration when we explore how to generate electricity for all electric vehicles in the future, besides solar panels. Because before solar panels, there was steam engines. Steam engines. When were cars derived with such technology? Even though some people wouldn't consider it technology, but whatever. I mean, I guess I could have like proposed the question differently. The steam car era, 1890s and 1920s. Solar panel on vehicles, era. Says the era of solar vehicles is finally arriving. So it didn't really. Okay, right here. The concept of solar powered cars is not entirely new. Inventors were placing solar panels on classic cars, such as on classic cars as early as 1960. So yeah, steam engines were actually used first. So anyways, what I was kind of thinking was, well, you guys can see, you know, when a vehicle gets really, really hot, and water just instantly dries up. bugs, man. So, you know, I probably should have kept that other window open. Yeah, because back in the day they would use a fuel source. But now we have glass, which when exposed to sunlight, it could reach high temperatures that could boil water. Especially with technology and stuff like that. So hold on here. There is another tab of like water. Oh man, I should have kept that tab open. Distilling with sunlight. Yeah. So what I was kind of thinking was a design like this, but this is for water distilling, I believe. Even though you guys could technically do this like on a vehicle because it gets really hot, but I was thinking more of creating a modern day car into just adding a what's it called, like a water engine generator type of thing somewhere on the vehicle, but like discreetly, like just adding another layer. Like, let's say the hood. Let's take the hood for example. And then, like there's like some vehicle hoods with designs. Let's look at that real quick. Yeah, and you guys can instantly see how some of them pop up. So that's basically or technically where all the heat, because heat rises up to the top. Okay, so all the heat will technically come up here. And it could go back down into the engine, and then before it goes to the engine there could be some form of like generator, and they basically what will power that is the steam that's going downwards. But water likes to, or I mean steam likes to go to the coolest parts of the, or any cool part. So an engine is really hot, so I don't know, I guess if you guys could kind of like you know, like a jet engine. There's the cold and hot, and then for a vehicle there is the, see, there's the positive and negative. The positive meaning the cold, negative meaning the exhaust, the hot, and then the same is true for a vehicle. The vehicle how do you spell that? Exhaust. With an X. Exhaust. Whatever. See, like that. So, as long as that hot air could go to a cooler part within the vehicle, it could technically help with charging up the batteries, especially in an all electric vehicle. Okay, so you people could leave your car parked in direct sunlight. When you people go out and park anywhere in public, whether you people park your vehicle in a garage or not, eventually you people go and park in direct sunlight somewhere. When you guys go shopping at Stater Brothers or Ralph's or Walmart's or Home Depot or Lowe's, or you guys go out to eat somewhere, and these experiments are not going to be catered to people that could afford to just keep their vehicle topped off with gasoline or electric means. This will be for people like myself who are broke. Or for people who love experimenting with, creative ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, technically all this stuff could be redesigned. And if you guys think of a thermal, it has another layer, so it could actually be concealed, so no one will even notice that is there, because all that's really happening when a vehicle is when water's like a steam engine, it's just the water gets really, really hot, and then obviously there's steam which powers the engine, or in this case the generator. It will power up a generator. Some type of conversion to create positive energy to charge up the batteries. Okay, if that makes sense. So that's all that will basically happen. So if you guys look at this design here, now you guys see the little blue area. Now imagine that being a hood of a vehicle. So you got water in there, and the vehicle could technically store water, so it could have a water reservoir, and it could be pumped into the hood with electricity, to power up your vehicle with direct sunlight hitting it. And I guess if it works, then it could be used for like Elon Musk wants to do with the solar panels. Look at, that's the roach. Let me kill it. Ah. my god, I knew I was going to kill it. Oh shoot, I accidentally clicked on this. I need a minute. Hopefully my phone, my laptop won't go to sleep on me, because when it sleeps on me or it goes dark, it just it deletes my video. It has happened to me more than once. Let's put it that way. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, that fucking, you guys should have seen the condition of that roach. It was fucking, I don't know what the fuck was sticking out of his ass, but it had like a cord sticking out of his ass, or some type of spider web. But I think it was due to the fact that I sprayed it with chemical, but only like pest control people would know. So where was I at? So yeah, technically, yeah, if it works out, then you people out there could technically implement that to a variety of other things similar to solar panels. I mean, Elon Musk came out with the solar panel roofing, which I think is kind of dangerous because it's nothing but glass, I believe, and shingles get or not shingles, I'm sorry, it's the clay tiles, they eventually create like mold, but it could be removed with the chemical without stepping on it, which could also be a measure of not security, but protecting your investment, because if people try to go up there without authorization, they could accidentally slip and fall to their deaths. So sometimes it's not a bad thing. But there is something already along these lines. It's called steam roofing. To generate electricity. And it's pretty much like this. You know, it has the coils, and it has water, and then it steams, which the steam goes in here, I believe, or out there here, causes this to spin or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, there's like simpler diagrams. Is this one here? The solar fabric. I don't know if they use it for water distilling. It must be for water distilling. Distill water. To distill water. But I think you guys get the idea. If you guys, especially if you guys are into generating electricity and stuff like that. Anyways, my other idea was so that was the first idea. Even though I came up with a lot of other ideas, my second idea that I was thinking was like kind of like the similar to the Faraday flashlight, but someone else took this to a completely different level, and it was something conveyor belts, wind generator. I don't know. I forgot what it was called, but it was something about conveyor. And yeah, this thing right here. It is basically just like a piece of film for recording videos, like kind of like a cassette player that film, or for old school photography, which is very, I don't know, it catches the air or the wind really, really good and causes it to go up and down very rapidly. And then over here there's some coils, and then there's actually a magnet, and when this thing spins, the magnet goes up and down. So anyways, I was kind of thinking about doing the same kind of thing, but like on a vehicle, but like with something like this. And basically what will cause it to move back and forth without you hitting it will be the vibrations of your vehicle when you hit like certain turbulence, uneven pavements, bumps, uneven asphalt, turning left to right constantly. But the only issue with that is that if it will create a lot of noise for the drivers and for the passengers. If you guys could figure it out while causing the noise to go away, then technically people could generate electricity for all electric vehicles in a different way, a more modern way, and a good not sound but noise cancellation type of technology that I can think of is like a rubber ball on either end. So as the magnet is going back and forth, the rubber balls will basically distribute that force back and forth without creating noise. But I don't know. I guess you people would have to figure that out, or AI technology would have to figure it out. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for this video. Let me see here. Yeah, see, I don't know, like, going back to this, the roof idea, I don't know if people are distilling water or if they are actually generating electricity. Steam roofing to generate electricity, diagrams. And some people have actually created them using like very affordable what should I say, products, very affordable supplies, materials from like Home Depot or Lowe's. And a lot of them use PVC. So let me see. With PVC, and I'm actually surprised that I haven't that I haven't noticed an image here like pop up. But whatever. Maybe it's my spelling. Thermal energy. Ooh, look at this one. Now imagine a bunch of these little cells on top of your guys's, you know, the top of the vehicle. But like, so there will be another layer, kind of like a display case, and then it will be covered. And then right below that, there will be some type of like a thermal cup, thermal insulation, and then it will be the vehicle. So technically, this will be protected from dust and debris, and you know, protect the longevity of the technology that is implemented or installed within the vehicle. And technically this could be integrated within any vehicle, whether, yeah, any vehicle imaginable, but on a small scale, okay, not on a large scale. So you people already know that your vehicles have some type of gasoline container. So it's pretty much like having another container in there with another substance. In this case, it's water. So that's easy. And then right here it says there's solar superheater, solar heated heat transfer fluid, steam generator. So a steam generator and whatever this is would have to be installed. A turbine, which is just like an engine, small little engine that could either be well, it could be installed anywhere within the vehicle, as long as people can hear it. As long as people can't hear it spinning, and as long as it's not annoying the fuck out of people, then you guys are in business. The condenser would have to be like in the front of the vehicle, or somewhere where maybe underneath the vehicle. There's always shade underneath the vehicle. Obviously above is the heat, underneath is where it's going to stay cool. So something like that, something along those lines. Steam flow, water flow. This is supplementary natural gas boiler. Okay, that's another thing. If you guys don't want to use water, some type of oils will actually produce some type of gas or steam. And trust me, the vehicles get super hot. I mean, so so hot that they could actually burn you. Like they could burn your fingers. They could even cook an egg. How hot can a vehicle roof or window become in California, or in extreme heat? Let's just say that in extreme heats. So it says 130 through 165. It says in extreme heat, a vehicle's roof can reach scorching temperatures between 130 Fahrenheit and 165 Fahrenheit. The windows allow sunlight into the car, acting like an oven, to heat surfaces inside past 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Dark car roofs and objects inside can even exceed 180 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot enough to cause severe bone contacts. So I'm just sharing information openly with all of you out there, especially with AI technology, guys. I believe that it could create so many designs and it could actually like implement them within the vehicle, like discreetly, undetectable, hidden, like seamless type of designs that other people won't even notice them. Like, back in the day, people would come up with ideas like this and look for people that specialize within each and every single industry and do a lot of the legwork. But now with computers and technology, I'm believing that AI technology could just design something real quick. I mean, I think it could even, it's probably already designing something as I speak, if it hasn't already come up with something, or came up with something, already, because it is so fast. But yeah, I mean, it's just that simple. I think that people are having a hard time. That's what I believe. I believe people are having a hard time when it comes to fuel. Gasoline prices have skyrocketed lately. Gasoline prices have risen. Whatever. So right now, over here in California, it's like $5 or $6 per gallon. And a lot of people are not even like worried about the gas prices. I think there's an equal amount of vehicles on the freeways as there was before. So I don't think people are really feeling the cost of fuel. Because before it was only like $3 or $4 per gallon, but now it has skyrocketed to I don't know, almost like $7 per gallon. So I'm thinking that whoever's producing the fuel can't really keep up with the demand. So therefore, they raise the prices of fuel so they can invest more money into generating enough fuel and to prevent people from wasting fuel. Like, oh, I just feel like going out to, you know, the closest restaurants near my home. You know, but at the end of the day, that's a waste of fuel. Because people that are living out in the States, somewhere where it takes at least 30 minutes to an hour just to get to the nearest store, that's not what they do on a daily basis like people do here in the city. They actually purchase their food for a whole month in advance, or even months in advance. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know what's really going on out there, but I mean, the evidence is right there. That's how hot a vehicle could become. And I just added a few different ideas to keep the car looking as flawless as possible and without taking away from the design. I mean, if this idea were true and if it could be sold, all you people would have to do is take every single vehicle hood design and add the technology within the hood, and then with a few demonstrational videos of how to connect the hood to the vehicle, and maybe possibly adding a few other little things to the vehicle. You know, that's all it takes for a company to grow and to make a profitable amount of money. You know, if it were to work. Well, I just said that it, you know, that like theoretically it does work. So, but what I meant to say was I just don't know if the hood is the best way to target, or possibly the whole vehicle, you know, whole wrap. The whole body of the vehicle. And you know, now that I think about it, even the windows could be I guess the same way. You know those window metal I think there's security lines are on vehicles. I think it understands what I'm talking about. Okay, the computer, but no, it doesn't. It's actually thinking like for like a police vehicle or something like that. On vehicle windows. Shit. I guess it's just the thing to protect the window. Not to protect the window, but to alert the driver, the owner, if someone broke the window or not. So vehicle window little black lines. Yeah, these right here. Okay, this is a good example, but not entirely. I'm referring to these right here. So, what these are is basically a circuit, positive and negative, that runs through the window, which allows the owner to know if the vehicle window is broken or not. And that's all that is. Says, what's this pattern visible on the rear glass? It says, why do cars have those lines? Ah, fucking spiders, man. The fuck? Where's it coming from? Oh my god, hopefully they're not coming out of my brain. Anyways, why do cars have those lines on the rear window? What is the purpose of the lines on the rear window windshield? Answer in comments. So that's actually a good question. But anyways, so anyway, the only reason I'm bringing this up is so you guys can imagine like water, like a water tube, metal, or like, okay, we have laser engravers and lasers. So to make a perfect you know, like water, not a water channel, but like a hole from one side of the glass to the other is not impossible. And then even if the glass was or had some type of curvature, it could still be done, because there's such a thing as glass being glued to being glued together, like two sheets of glass. So, just imagine water being present within the glass without the glass shattering or breaking, but having a way for the steam to evaporate and centralize itself above, because heat rises to the top. Okay, and you guys all know that, especially if you guys been to an elementary school. Stop, drop, and roll. And it's because heat rises to the top, not because someone is on fire. But anyways, the cooler air stays on the bottom, while everything else goes to the top. The smoke, toxic vapors, and yeah, stuff like that. See that? The smoke's all the way up here. Stop, drop, and roll. But right here it says crawl. Anyways, so yeah, all that just to say a few little things. It's not even complicated. And you guys could summarize all this. Obviously, you people do not need me in the picture. So we just have to think outside of the box. When it comes to generating electricity, without the power stations. I think that's what they're, or charging stations, I'm sorry. Which, if you guys think about it, all the money that was invested in these charging stations, you guys really have to think this stuff through. Do you guys want charging stations, or do you people want more electricity generating devices on the actual vehicles? Now, What I'm referring to will work great for hot environments, like here in California or Texas or wherever. But if we're talking about Alaska, that's a completely different story. But oil burns for a long time. So yeah, it all goes back to the steam engine for those type of environments. You guys would have to buy a bunch of oil and burn it, similar to a lantern. Lantern without the D. Yes, without the D. Oil. Lantern. Yeah, like this. Like the cameras that are self-stabilizing? You guys could do the same thing with the oil, I guess. Or you guys could just have some type of wick. I don't know. Within it, an enclosed environment, which allows oxygen to flow into it and the heat to rise like a chimney. But you guys could have these things inside of the vehicles. And obviously thinking about the lowest common denominator that could potentially cause a fire, and to keep people safe and passengers safe and children safe and pets and the whole 9 yards. But that's all I have for this video. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day, have a great night, have a great life, have a great future, have a great past.